Okay, the star here in this dish, pepperonata, is the roasted peppers. Not everybody roasts the peppers, but I did. Okay, tonight, uh, roasted peppers are calling me. I've got these peppers that have been in the refrigerator here, and they're still all nice and firm, except for the one there had a spot in it, which I just cut out. And I'm going to try to... No, that's all I can get in there at once. Let's give these guys about a half an hour on the broiler, and on the plate a little bit closer to the broiler, see how they do. Okay, first two peppers. Okay, the first two peppers after 35 minutes. I did give it a little bit more time. I'm going to give these two 40, just because I want to get these a little bit blacker if possible. And looks like they're going to peel pretty nicely. Okay, it's cool enough to touch, and we'll get them peeling. Yeah, I'm going to go up on the hill for a consultation here. I had a taste for some roasted peppers, and I roasted them and peeled them, and there's going to be garlic involved here. I'm not sure if I'm just going to use a Sicilian tomato sauce or this one from Dotterini. I think that's going to be the only three ingredients right there. Okay, so what we're making tonight is peperonata. It's a dish from southern Italy. I went up and asked somebody I trust. I said, I'm not sure where to go with this. I've got some roasted peppers at home. They're roasted sweet peppers. These are the long ones. They're not bell peppers. What to do? And he said, peperonata. So, one ingredient missing here. Let me grab an onion. And this is served on bread, kind of like a dip. They call it an early summer dish for some reason. That's when the peppers are in their best season, but these are here now and they're very good. So I'm going to cook an onion, garlic, peppers, oil. I said any possibility for sausage because we were right across the street from our local butcher here. He said, oh, sure. Whenever you cook the onions and the garlic, cook the sausage with it and it'll be good. I'm definitely going to go with the Siciliano sauce and save the Dotterini for another day because it's a southern Italian dish, and yeah, and a little splash of wine gets mixed in there with their cooking. So here we go. Okay, so I start out, and people do this differently, but this I think works really nicely. I start out with the onions and the garlic and the sausage and the oil, all together. I just let the pan, the oil's not even hot yet. Just gonna let that all warm up together. Keep an eye on the onions and garlic. And as it turns out, these things usually get done right about exactly the right time. Cooking the garlic too far in advance, it's very small, it gets hot, and it's easy to burn. And cook the garlic first and then put the onions, it doesn't make sense to me. And I found doing it this way, it's been working pretty well. So any comments on that, I'll happily incorporate any theories as to why I should change. Okay, and so, as I've explained before, our local butcher shop sells the sausage in a casing. So if you want, ground loose sausage, you need to split the casings, which I've already done, obviously, and make yourself some loose sausage out of it. But what we're going to have here is the oil. It's, of course, an extra virgin olive oil. I'm very lucky to have a good pedigree on my olive oil here. So we're just going to let these all come up to temperature and cook nice and slowly. And when they're done, in goes a little bit of white wine. And as soon as that's done boiling off, in goes the tomato. Oh, no. Wait, I take that back. Yeah, that's right. In goes the white wine. When that's done boiling off, in goes the tomato sauce. And I'm using this sauce from, since it's from Sicily. And this is a southern Italian dish. Okay, so the oil's starting to heat up here a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce that heat because I want this to cook really fairly slow. Take its time. There we go. So, done. Anyway, then the sauce is added and it cooks down a little bit, gets happy, and then it gets served on bread. And one of the ways I saw it served on bread was with the cheese on the bread, and then the sauce goes on top. Okay, and here's the roasted, peeled peppers. I'm just going to cut these up into little chunks so that when things are ready over here, that we can be all ready with our peppers. So our sausage is starting to cook. See there? And it's, of course, releasing its fat into this. So this is not going to be exactly classical because this is made normally as a vegan dish. But my advisors are good, and I went on a nice big walk today, and I'm hungry as heck, and I would like a little meat with dinner tonight. And so I'm putting this nice Norcia sausage in there. Okay, so we're still cooking here at a very low temperature, very slowly. Getting our sausage cooked, keeping an eye on the onions. They're starting to clear a little bit there. And the garlic, I've got it sort of off the side here mostly to try to keep it good, because it can brown up, and you don't want it to brown up. You want it to be just a little bit golden. And I did use 2 cloves, but the recipe calls for 1 clove and a half an onion here. And the recipe, the reason I went for 2 cloves is because to take out that little green stem in the middle, it reduced the volume of each clove by a little bit. So I don't want to get too heavy or too light on the garlic. And that's what my advisor recommended. Yeah, that's starting to look very good. I'm just going to give it a little bit longer. And then actually what I'm going to do here is give this a toss and say, okay, it's time to just mix everything up, flip it over. Yeah. We'll just toss it this way tonight. And then, watch the onions, let them cook. Then I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit and put in my wine. Actually, I could turn up the heat right now. Wouldn't hurt anything. I don't want to, at this point, I don't think I need to force it to cook too fast, but I don't see the time. The reason I was going so slow was so I could fool with the sausage and the onions and just have time to watch them. If you cook things fast, you'd better know a lot more about what you're doing than I do. So let's just turn that over a little bit there and turn up the heat just a tad, not too much. I don't want to go full bore on it. And next comes a little bit of wine, and then in goes the sauce. Oh no, the wine, and then the peppers, and then the sauce. It was the peppers and the wine and the sauce. I really don't remember. I think the sauce was last. I'm not sure if the other two matter very much. Well, better figure this out quickly. I think the pepper's next. because that way the wine has a chance to do its thing with the peppers a little bit, sort of get happy with them. Yeah, and it might, the wine's not really necessary here, but it's recommended because it's good. You know, these there's no one way to make any dish, I don't believe. Maybe there is one dish out there you can only make one exact, precise way. I have no idea what it is. Every time I talk to somebody here about how they do this or that, everybody's got a little twist on it. And the wine was agreed upon by 2. So, there we go. Now we're getting a little bit more sizzly action. So in go the peppers. Yeah, I think so. The peppers to get them. Yep, peppers next. Okay, so there they are. So now we have to let those peppers heat up in the oil and bring that whole thing to a nice temperature so that when we add our wine, it kind of has a little deglazing effect. I think it somehow grabs the oil and takes it off the sides of the pan or something like this. But then goes our sauce. Then in goes our sauce. So let's give that a couple minutes to let those peppers come up to a good temperature. I like how my onions are looking. I like how the little bits of garlic are looking. You can sort of tell by how they're chopped which is which. It's been smelling very nicely since I roasted the peppers. I roasted these under a broiler and peeled the skins. So that's some good, very good peppers here. And that gets served on bread. Well, that's the correct way to do it, but I'm thinking pasta. Maybe a little pasta? Okay, I am liking what I'm seeing here. I think it's good. Look at the onions, how nice. Just cleared. And I had a little piece of garlic here too. Just soft and transparent. I'm not sure there's anything magical about the golden color. Any kind of a particular chemical transition that happens there. Maybe. It's something I have to learn about. So please comment if you know anything about that. But this is, okay, coming very nicely. Now it's time to add a little white wine. That's more than enough. And just to allow that to cook off. So I can actually bump up the heat here just a little bit. And I was looking there, thinking that maybe the wine could have gone in before the peppers, because when you put in the peppers, some oils and juice come from the peppers. You know, the roasted peppers. Now normally, I don't think this is even made with roasted peppers. It's just peppers. But, you know, I trust my advisor, and I think it's going to be pretty good. Yeah, look how nice. Okay. I'm still on the fence about whether or not to serve this on bread or on pasta. Okay. This is going to go with pasta. I just tasted my my sauce here. This is unbelievable. My God, I could just drink this bottle of sauce just like it is. It's fantastic. So, I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to use the whole thing. And that's going to make enough for, oh my, geez. I hope I don't drown out the taste of the peppers in that. Now I've got to rinse this bottle out a little bit, because not any of this is going to go to waste. It's a fantastic sauce. Okay, just a little bit of water in there, just a little bit. And one more time, because I've still got a little sauce in here. So a little bit of water, and you can see it's not very much water at all. And give it a shake, and see how it's all nice. A nice clean bottle now, ready for the recycling. And then in it goes. And then this is all going to get a nice stir in some time. Meanwhile, I've got my pasta water on there. And the reason I went with pasta, stupid reason, I looked at my bread and it was not fresh enough. Just wasn't fresh enough. This is going to be a very good sauce. And I'll have enough for at least two meals out of this, maybe three. So tomorrow I'll get a loaf of nice fresh bread and make it in the more traditional, in the way that the pepperonata is typically served. You take the bread and you rub it with oil and garlic. And anytime there's oil involved, you often salt a little bit. But then you spoon the pepperonata onto it, and that is it. And just by the smell of this, it's fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to turn my heat back down and let this reduce a little bit. Okay, come on. Down heat. Down. Touchy knobs. Up, that's a little bit too low. Okay, that looks good. So now this is going to get covered up and given enough time to come to a little bit of a boil with a lot of stirring because I don't want to burn it. And by then my pasta water should be ready. Oh my gosh, at this low heat, this hasn't even come to a little bit of a boil yet. I just put in the tomato sauce and just stirring it around here a little bit. And then, tasting that little bit of sauce on a spoon. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Roasted peppers are special. Okay, we're starting to get some boiling going on here. So now I've got to stir this and stir this and stir this to keep it from burning, especially at the center of the pan here because I've got a small burner. So that's where it's going to be the hottest. That's why I like this flat spoon because I can sort of scrape and stir and get the bottom of the pan continuously refreshed. And just let that, even if it's not bubbling, you can see the steam coming off. That's water vapor coming off, so the sauce is reducing. And I didn't use too much additional water to rinse that bottle. Maybe, I'm thinking, should I use metric or English here? I don't know. Maybe, I'm still thinking in English. I can visualize it better than metric, but less than a quarter cup for sure. In metric, what are we talking about there? A liter is a quart. Divide a quart by 2. By 4 is a pint. I think divide a pint by 2. So if you divide an liter by 8, it'd be about 125 milliliters, more or less. So that's not very much water. 125 milliliters in how much sauce here? 400 grams, so 400 milliliters, more or less, if it's the same density of water. So that's about a 20% water content added to that sauce. And having tasted the sauce, it can stand it. It's unbelievable. And let's just go ahead and taste this here. See, I'm trying to talk myself into just eating this now. It's a good thing my pasta water is not hot yet. Wow. Not a spice added. No salt, except what came along with the sauce, maybe a little bit. And possibly a little bit in the sausage. But, wow, is that good. So, while things are finishing there, and they're getting close, as soon as the pasta water is boiled, and I made a decision what pasta to use here, what spaghetti, then we go. These are all bronze cut spaghettis, which are good because it gives a surface texture that likes to soak up sauce better. One of these is a square pasta, which also has a higher surface to area ratio and the cross section. I don't know. Okay, we're starting to boil here a little bit. Won't be very long now. Let's give this a quick stir. And I'm going to make my pasta decision in a stupid way because all these are very good. I'm going to go with the one I opened first. Of these four, this one's the oldest. I'm going to cook it up. Problem with this is, see the pasta goes way up here and then turns around and comes way back. It's super long pasta, which, you know, let's not hold that against it, no problem. Spaghetti di Gragnano. So, cut in bronze. Yep, I'm certain it'll do. Okay, we are boiling. In goes our pasta. And as I recall, no, I'm not recollecting this accurately. I think I used about half that package. So this is a good 250 grams of pasta here. But, so that's enough for a couple of meals, which means I'm going to put the pasta directly into the sauce here when it's cooked in 8 minutes. I better set my timer. Okay, now that our timer is going, this is a pasta that came from the alimentary up on the hill here. And they typically carry very good products. People complain because they're a little bit expensive, but they're expensive because they're very good. Just by how that bent up, how quickly it started to get soft when it went into the boiling water here, I think that's an indicator. Because some of them don't quite, I mean, they of course they get soft in boiling water, but that went a little bit fast, so I think it's good. So, 8 minutes here, and then it goes into here with this sauce, which has been tasted, and I could eat it up with a spoon. Okay, with about 4 minutes to go here, I'm going to steal a little bit of this sauce. I think there's plenty for my pasta, and put it aside. Oop, I wasn't careful. Because I want to try it on fresh bread. 2 scoops. That should be enough. Yep, I don't think I'm cheating that. Oh, now here's a problem. How do you clean this out? It's too good. It should not be wasted. It is just that good. Every drop is fantastic. Okay, I better get back to minding my pasta here. By now, I'm guessing I've got maybe 2.5 minutes left. Okay, still 2 minutes to go. You can tell this is not done just by looking at it. Once it starts to get close to what the manufacturer recommends, it's good to taste it because I don't think there's a consistent definition of what al dente is. You know, they give their times, and I don't know how they generate those times. But anyway, over here, we're happily cooking along. I do think we've got enough pasta here for this sauce. Yeah, I mean sauce for the pasta. Either way, I think the balance is about right here. Even though I stole 2 ladles of this pasta or this sauce to have on some fresh bread tomorrow or the next day. It'll be the next day or maybe over the weekend. I put it in the freezer. And I just have to try it on fresh bread because that's, you know, it's the way. This is magic. Those peppers are magical. There's a long, skinny one, sweet. Not bell peppers. Maybe red bell peppers would be just as good, but they're roasted. I roasted them under a broiler, and you know, my roasting job was decent. It could have been a little better. Like everything can always be a little bit better. And I'm working on that. But yeah, just by the feel of this, the way it is in there, it's not the way I like the pasta. And there's timer. There's the timer. I'm going to add a minute, but I'm also going to grab a piece out of here. Let's see what we got. I love these pasta tweezers. Just get one of them there. See how long that is? That's like, whew, that's one piece of pasta, which makes it more fun to eat. So, whatever. Get the boiling water off of it and try it. Yep. Nope. Not ready. Not ready. We definitely need to give it at least another minute. And the timer is going to tell us when that is, but I'm going to give it a minute beyond that. It's a tasty pasta, but I don't know. You know, their cooking time, it depends. It's ready in this amount of time for what? A lot of pasta here gets additional. Oh, there's my timer. Okay, so I've added a little tiny bit of additional cooking time. Added 2 minutes. And now I want to test this. It's starting to look a little bit more, having the right wiggliness to it. Let's just call it that, wiggliness. So you can kind of wiggle it there, and it's not stiff at all. So let's take a bite off of this and see what we got. Nope, a little bit longer, another minute. Okay. Let's see. Okay. That's ready. Okay, let's drain it and marry these two. Okay, this is yet another magical moment when the pasta, all cooked nicely, gets added to the sauce. And I've got a lot more sauce here than I needed. So I could have stolen a couple more spoonfuls of that pasta, or ladles of it. But that is what it is. It'll be fantastic. That's the nice thing about some of these pastas, especially what goes back in the fridge, because I'm not going to eat all this. And you know, it'll soak up some of those little bits of extra moisture and juices. And I'm just going to leave it in the pan here for a little bit. Maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. Let's go check the email, something like that. And let things soak up there a little bit. And I already know how good this is going to be, because I've been tasting it all along. These roasted peppers, unbelievable. And admittedly, I went off course for the dish that my advisor said to make. But I think the essence of it, the flavor is going to be there. Okay, this has been simmering in the sauce here for a nice 10 minutes, letting things soak into the pasta. So half of this is going to be dinner, because I am hungry. We went on a 4-mile, 6.6 kilometer hike today, something like that. And yeah, so I'm going to pull half this out for dinner and put half in the fridge so that the process that's going on right now, these flavors soaking into the pasta, can continue. Okay, thought you might enjoy this, anybody that might be watching this. So I'm gonna have my pasta in a bowl tonight, but look at the length of this pasta. It's ridiculous. It's really, really long pasta. I almost have to twirl it around my pasta claw here. Let's get over there. Come on, over here. Oh, geez, see, I just got a little bit up on my cabinet here. I don't know. This is very good pasta, but it's maybe it's too long. I'm gonna have to get some of the yeah, maybe one more little half scoop. I am gonna have to twirl it. Okay, I'm being a little fumble fingered. So this made half of this is going into the refrigerator just like that with a lid on it, and half of it is going to be dinner. Okay, here it is, and I'm gonna stop this and take a bite. Because this pasta is really long, and it's good, but it's really long. You can twirl and twirl and twirl and twirl, and please, please, yes. So this is a situation where I think the American spoon idea is very good. I'm having this with a wine, Le Corbigny. Le Corbigny. It's an Umbrian white wine. I used it to make the pasta, so what the heck, might as well have it with the pasta. Okay, you can rest assured I am not going to eat this bite of pasta in front of you. That would be gross. I can't wait to do it when the camera is turned off, because this is fantastic. It's really good. Those roasted peppers are fantastic, and the Norcia sausage actually takes a back seat to the peppers, which is something. I think it's significant. So, yeah, make this. You can make this anywhere. All you need is some peppers, nice red peppers, red bell peppers. You can get those anywhere. But I'm not sure how good they would be if you didn't roast them. Might be fun. Who knows? I don't like the little pepper skins. I like to peel those skins off. Oh, come on here. Yeah, it's a long pasta. Excuse me. I'm going to pause this and take a bite. The peppers, a little bit of onion. Let's see if I can moderate this a little bit. Because this pasta is twice as long as regular pasta. So, you know, you wind it, you wind it, you wind it. It's like, when's it going to come out? Oh, there it is. We're out of the pasta now. But I think everything adds up. The sauce I used was from Sicily. I mean, you might be able to do as well from your own garden if you live in a sunny place. That wasn't such a big bite, so I hope I didn't offend anybody's sensibilities. But when you roll the pasta up out of here, you see, I don't know if you can see or not, but there's little red things in the pasta. Those are the roasted pepper bits. Well, I don't know if you could buy roasted peppers in a jar or something like that and have it come out this good, but it's entirely possible. I haven't tried it. All I can do is say, I'm enjoying this dinner. That's an absolute fact, undeniable. I am enjoying this dinner. I had a good walk today. What did we walk? 4 miles, about 4 miles around the lake. And this is a very, very, very comfortable way to, satisfy the hunger after such a walk. Okay, bon appetit. That's enough. Bon appetit. I should say one more thing. I've been enjoying this, as you can tell. But that one more thing is the sausage. This is typically not made with sausage. That was a little enhancement that, one of my consigliere made, and it's very good. But not everywhere can you get high quality meats that are low in antibiotics and growth hormones and things like that. So I totally understand the desire to avoid meat for that reason, and others, but the sausage here I don't think is essential at all, and I think I'm going to make this without it just to see. I mean, it's super good. It's unbelievably good. But roasted peppers, plug for roasted peppers. I think I'm on a roasted pepper kick. Look out. Bon appetit.